Hey guys, Damien from Yu-Gi-Oh! Agents here. And it's been like a week since I made a video. On the last video I made, I got like 4 dislikes and 3 likes. So yeah, I might stop making those troll videos. But yeah, today I have a deck profile for you guys. This deck has like 6 or 5 proxies, but it's because I was gonna play it at regionals tomorrow in Kissimmee, Florida, but I can't go. Well, I can go, but I already got my invites in the last regionals that I topped the Morphing Jar OTK, and I told you this format I was gonna be playing FTK, so I was gonna take Magical Explosion, but I decided just to go to the movies with my friends, hang out, chill out, whatever, go to the House of Horror and a bunch of shit, hang out, because I already got my invite, so I might as well just go to YCS and shit. So I'm not gonna go. I'm enter the sneak peek though for Photon Shockwave to get Regia and shit out. But this is the deck that I was gonna use. I would have ordered every single card, but I'm selling this deck to my friend. He's giving me like good price and good stuff on it because he needs it to go because he's going. So I'm giving him the deck, and it only has like a few proxies like Tune Tables and Toon World and Into the Voids. That's pretty much it. And like Brawl the Dark World Hunter. But I was supposed to get all of them today, but I didn't order them. But he has them. But it just has a few proxies, so don't mind. This is the deck that I was gonna use. It's pretty consistent. So yeah, I'm gonna have some playtest thing before tomorrow. So for the monsters, one Summoner Monk, because it gets out these guys, Royal Magical Library. These guys, you equip them with Broken Bamboo Sword and Golden Bamboo Sword to draw massively and they gain counters. So they're really good. I don't like playing 2 Monk because it could be dead and I already run a lot of monsters. 3 Thunder Dragon, because it thins the deck for hand destruction or whatever. It's pretty good. 3 Brawl, Dark World Hunter. I couldn't get these in time. I was gonna get them anyways, but what they do, if you don't know, is when they're discarded, you draw a card. So you Dark World Dealings, this gains a counter, you draw a card, you pitch Brawl, and you draw another card. So if this has 2 counters, you activate Dark World Dealings, 3 counters, you draw a card, pitch Brawl, draw a card, remove a counter, draw a card. So that's pretty good. And it just keeps hand advantage, so you don't minus off Dark World Dealings, because I really hate minusing off Dark World Dealings. So that's it for the monsters. It's not that big of a monster lineup. Smaller than the Morphing Jar deck. 2 Broken Bamboo Sword. 2 is okay, because I draw into it a lot, and I need to have 3 back row spaces for the 3 trap cards, Magical Explosion and the others, so I can go for game. And if I have 1 equipped and 2, that's okay, but sometimes I have Toon World and 1 out, so if I activate another one, I can't activate my stuff. So 2 is okay, because if I don't have Toon World, I just activate another one. But I just like playing 2. Gives a counter to Royal Magical Library, and this becomes a Pot of Greed. Activate only if you control a bamboo equipped card, draw 2 cards. So you activate Broken Bamboo Sword. Royal Magical Library has 2 counters. Activate this, 3 counters, draw 2 cards, remove the counter, draw another card. It's like a Pot of Greed, but it gives counters to Royal Magical Library, and it draws you 2, so it's super good. 3 Magical Mallets. I barely draw dead hands with this deck, but sometimes you need to have them, like late game. I always, when I have at least like 15 cards left in my deck, I always have the 3 trap cards. Like, this is more consistent than Exodia, because you only need 3 cards, and you don't need to go through your whole deck. This is better than the Blasting the Ruins version, because you need to have 30 cards in the grave. But in this deck, you can have 15 cards left in the deck, and have the 3 pieces, like Magical Explosion and the other cards. But this is late game. If you can't get them, just Magical Mallet, get a counter on Royal Magical Library, shuffle your hand, or first turn, if it's really bad, just Magical Mallet, and then I usually draw something good. So yeah, triple Magical Mallet. Then triple Upstart Goblin, gives your opponent life points for Life Equalizer, and draws you a card and gives a counter in Royal Magical Library. Basic card in any FTK deck. 3 Dark World Dealings. Even if you don't have Brawl, it's good because sometimes you're gonna have such a big hand because of the tunes and the Royal Magical Library drawing and the Broken Bamboo Sword and the Thunder Dragon, so it doesn't really matter to minus off. But if you have Brawl, then you're gonna plus off bigly. No, bigly is not even a word, so big. Sort of off there. Alright. 3 into the void. I was lazy to put a paper on these. So you have 3 or more cards, you draw a card. If you have 2 cards in your hand in this one, this counts as the third. So when you activate it, you have 2 cards in your hand, but this counts as the third. So you can still activate it if you didn't know that. And at the end phase, you discard your own hand, which you need to activate Magical Explosion, and it puts spells in the graveyard for Magical Explosion, and it draws you a card, and it gives a counter to Royal Magical Library. Super good card. 2-hand destruction to pitch the Thunder Dragons. Bro does not work with this, so yeah, so I only run 2. But pitch Thunder Dragons or Dead Hands or whatever. Good card. Then 3, Tune Table of Contents. Activate, get a counter, activate, get a counter, activate, get Toon World, get another counter. So 1 in your hand equals a draw. And I run Toon World, so the third one couldn't be dead. 1 Heavy Storm. Solemn Warning and shit. Card destruction. If you open up with like 2 bro or 1 or whatever, let's say it's happened before. I had 3 bros in my hand and like 2 other cards in card destruction. Card destruct, discard, draw 5, draw 3 more, and plus off. Even if you don't have bro, it's good to just get a new opening hand. So yeah, but don't discard your trap cards. Just saying. Allure, because sometimes bro is dead. Or Summoner Monk in your hand is dead. Pitch them, draw 2 cards, give a counter to Royal Magical Library. Really good. And 1 Pot of Duality. Sometimes you don't get Summoner Monk, and this card gives a counter, digs 3 cards deeper. It really helps a lot. And then 1 Magical Explosion, Ultimate. Life Equalizer, Ultimate. And Wall of Revealing Light, Common. So the deck uses these 3 cards to win. Wall of Revealing Light, Life Equalizer, and Magical Explosion. So what you do is when you have more than 16 spells in the grave, 16 or more, so that means you can have like 25 cards and have these 3 cards in your hand and you can still win. That's how good the deck is. It doesn't have to go through the whole deck. But 16 or more spells for this to work. You set Explosion, set these. Then in your opponent's draw phase, as soon as you can, you activate Wall of Revealing Light. You pay until you have 3,000, and then with the upstarts and everything, your opponent is going to have more than 8,000. Then you chain to this guy, Life Equalizer, and then both of the life points are at 3,000. Then to this, you chain, both of our life points are at 3,000. So you chain Magical Explosion, and since you chain Magical Explosion, it deals 200 for each card, for each spell card in the graveyard. So almost like when I have these 3, I already have all the targets that I need to go for game. And the good thing about it is that you can have less than 15, and since you use this, you can still use this and win. So you need about 15, 14. So it's really easy to win with the deck. It only needs 3 cards. It's never gonna be the last card because you're always shuffling and shit, and doesn't need to go through the whole deck. So that's the Magical Explosion deck. It's really consistent. I've won about 8 times out of 10 duels, 9 out of 10 duels, something like that. I've barely lost. It's really good. Effect Veiler does hurt the deck, but you don't need Royal Magical Library to win. You can still equip it and shit with the bamboo and stuff. So I'm gonna show a video of me playtesting it so you guys can see how it works. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe.